All right, this is lesson 5.5. This is video 2. I could have probably squeezed it all into video 1, but I thought we'd just spread it over 2. So here's the next one, 2. Tangent of 67.5 all over 1 minus tangent. Guys, there's a typo on there. That should be 1 minus tangent squared. Otherwise, you'll look at that. Move that arrow out of the way. Otherwise, you can look at that. There's no identity that's written 1 minus tangent. So it's 1 minus tangent squared. Move the arrow out of the way. All right, so 1 minus tangent squared. So let's look back at our identities and see where did that come up. And I look, clearly it's the tangent one. And clearly there's that square in there. So it's 2 tangent of theta. 1 minus tangent squared is the tangent of 2 theta. So let's get back here. Let me just write that identity for reference. So the tangent of 2 theta was 2 tangent of theta all over 1 minus the tangent squared of theta. So I look over here and look at that. I've got the right side yet again. Sub out the right side, put in the left side. The tangent of 2 times 67 1/2. Figure out 67 1/2 times 2. It comes out very nicely. It comes out to be the tangent of 135 degrees. All right, this is one you should know. Reference angle for 135 degrees is 45 degrees. What's the tangent of 45 degrees? It's 1. So our answer is going to come out to be 1. But wait a minute. 135 degrees is in quadrant 2. A smart. I know my tangent is negative. That takes care of that one. Next one. Sine of 45, cosine of 45. Look back at your identities, and we do not have a perfect match. Sine, cosine. None of these written here is a perfect match. So you'll look a little closer and say, well, it's not a perfect match, but that's kind of close. So let's take that one and see if we can manipulate it. So sine of 2 theta is 2 sine of theta, cosine of theta. That's kind of close to what we're, not quite what we want, but somewhat a little bit close. Let me scroll that down a little bit. All right. And so I've got over here, I'm going to write it, sine of 2 theta. And I just lost my board for a minute. See if I've got it back yet. Let's see here. There we go. I think we got it now. So sine of 2 theta equals 2 sine of theta cosine of theta. Okay, I take a look. I've got the sine, I've got the cosine, but I don't have the 2. So what do you do with something like that? Well, there's a couple things you do. One nice trick is just put the 2 in there. So write it 2 sine of 45 cosine of 45. And hopefully as you're putting that in there that bothers you, you can't just add a 2 onto something or multiply by 2 by something. So to make this all even, I'm going to multiply by that 2, but I'll also divide by that 2. And if I do that, then I won't do it. But in my head, I can see if I cancel out those 2's, I'm back where I started. Now that I've done it this way, I look at the top of the fraction, and I realize that is a perfect match for over here. 2 sine of theta, cosine of theta. So I'm going to sub out. The bottom is just this 2. The top, I'll sub that out, and I'll put in the left side the sine of 2 theta. But theta is 45. So 2 times 45 is 90. So it's the sine of 90 over 2. The sine of 90, you guys know that one, that's the y-coordinate. Sine of 90 is 1. So I get 1 over 2. A little bit of a trick in that one because we were missing that 2 in front, but we just multiplied by 2 and divided by 2. That gave us this top perfect match. Okay, let's look at one more like that. And that will take care of our first set of videos here. Cosine squared minus a half. Look back at your identities. Do you see the one with the cosine squared minus a half? See it? Yeah, I don't either. So cosine squared minus a half. Which one is closest to cosine squared minus a half? And I'd have to go with this one. So let's take that one. Cosine of 2 theta is 2 cosine squared minus 1. That's kind of the closest we have to what we're trying to get. So cosine of 2 theta is 2 cosine squared minus 1. So I look at what I have here, I look at what I want, and it's supposed to be a minus 1. I've got minus a half, so why don't I take the top times 2? And again, if you're going to do that, you've changed things. So I'll also divide the bottom by 2, and that will all work out. Distribute on the top, and I get 2 cosine squared of 15 minus 1. That looks good. All over 2. Now look. This top is a perfect match. 2 cosine squared minus 1. So I'm going to take out that top. I'll leave the bottom as 2. I'll take out that top, 2 cosine squared minus 1, and I'll put in the left side the cosine of 2 theta. Wait a minute. Theta is 15. So it's a cosine of 2 times 15. It's a cosine of 30 degrees. Still over 2. Wait, what's the cosine of 30 degrees? You guys thinking square root of 3 over 2? But it's over another 2. And how do you divide? Well, 2 is like 2 over 1, so I multiply by the reciprocal. So I get the square root of 3 over 2 times a half. So you get the square root of 3 all over 4. Kind of a funny looking answer, but that will take care of it. And this completes our second video. There'll be one more, but for the first day, you need just these first 2 videos. So that takes care of the first part of lesson 5.5.